Hey everyone, welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. If you're a horror fan like me, you've probably been replaying that red band trailer for It, Welcome to Derry, over and over again, pausing every 2 seconds just to catch every disturbing frame. This prequel dives back into the cursed town of Derry, Maine, set in 1962, 27 years before Bill, Beverly, and the Losers Club took on Pennywise. And let me tell you, this trailer isn't just creepy. It's loaded with symbolism, cosmic horror lore, and callbacks to Stephen King's wider universe. From nods to The Shining and The Mist to terrifying new forms of Pennywise, this thing is bursting with layered details that demand a closer look. So, let's break it all down, piece by piece, every hidden clue, reference, and theory about what's really going on beneath the surface of Derry.
Fear. It settles on every living person it touches like a fog.
The water tower and the missing kid. Right from the first shot, that familiar dread kicks in. We see a group of kids, Lily, Ronnie, Rich, and Will, trekking toward the towering Thomas Hill water tower. Horror fans will instantly recognize it as a fictionalized version of the real Thomas Hill standpipe in Bangor, Maine, which inspired King's version of Derry. It's off limits, of course, which only makes it the perfect hangout spot for adventurous kids who have no idea what's really lurking in their town. But one detail stands out immediately. There's only 4 of them. Teddy, who appeared in earlier teasers, is nowhere to be found. That absence practically screams that he's already gone, another casualty of Pennywise's feeding cycle. The tower itself becomes this perfect metaphor for childhood curiosity colliding with something ancient and forbidden. The higher they climb, the closer they get to danger. Derry's evil isn't hidden in some distant cave. It's right beneath their feet, waiting for them to get curious enough to poke at it. The toy plane and the storm drain. Then we get one of the most chilling callbacks in the entire trailer. Rich tosses his toy plane and it spirals right into a storm drain. The camera lingers on that moment long enough for every It fan to feel the deja vu. Georgie's paper boat. Hiya, Georgie. The start of everything. This little moment works on multiple levels. It's not just nostalgia, it's thematic. The drain represents the threshold between innocence and horror, childhood and death. Pennywise always lurks in those in-between spaces, turning the mundane, rain, balloons, toys, into instruments of fear. The toy plane sinking below the surface becomes a visual stand-in for innocence lost. The kids' adventure is already slipping into nightmare territory, even if they don't realize it yet. It's also a quiet way to remind us that this entity has been here forever, repeating the same feeding patterns every 27 years. The kids change, the toys change, but the terror beneath Derry never stops. The military arrives at Neibold House. The trailer suddenly shifts gears into something we've never seen before in the It universe: military involvement. Army trucks pull up outside what looks unmistakably like the Neibold House, the same decrepit, pipe-riddled house that becomes the Losers Club's gateway to Pennywise decades later.
The soldiers march in formation, rifles ready, but as soon as they step inside, everything feels wrong. The lighting goes red, shadows stretch unnaturally, and the deeper they go, the less control they have. The message is loud and clear. No amount of firepower or discipline can stop an ancient cosmic predator.
This is such a clever addition to the lore. It hints that in 1962, Pennywise's cycle became so extreme, so public, that the military got involved. But Derry is a place that devours truth. The town itself will cover it up, warp memories, and erase witnesses. So even though this operation looks huge, history will never remember it happened. And then comes one of the trailer's most disturbing moments.
It settles on every living person it touches like a fog.
Pennywise as a twisted Uncle Sam. Out of the shadows bursts Pennywise, dressed like a decaying Uncle Sam. The classic "I want you" poster image, but mutilated and zombified. The patriotic icon turned into a walking corpse. This form is both visually and thematically brilliant. In 1962, America was deep in Cold War paranoia. Uncle Sam was everywhere, symbolizing duty, pride, and fear of the other. Pennywise taking that shape is pure psychological warfare. He's weaponizing cultural trust. The same image meant to rally soldiers is now their doom. It's also a reminder that it feeds not just on fear, but on belief systems, on the things people hold sacred. Turning Uncle Sam into a grotesque parody of patriotism shows that Pennywise isn't just terrorizing individuals, he's corrupting the very symbols that define society.
Dick Hallorann and the Shining connection. Next, we finally see Chris Chalk as Dick Hallorann. Yes, the same Hallorann from The Shining. This confirms that Welcome to Derry sits squarely in Stephen King's shared universe. Hallorann's shining ability allows him to perceive supernatural forces, and here, it leads him straight into Pennywise's lair. What's fascinating is that in leaked Comic-Con footage, Hallorann is said to be guided by Maturin, the cosmic turtle, Pennywise's eternal counterpart in King's mythology. Inside the lair, floating bodies fill the space, dozens, maybe hundreds. This is every missing child from decades of Derry's cursed history, suspended in a grotesque display of endless hunger. It's like Beverly's vision from IT Chapter 1, but on a cosmic scale. Hallorann's journey could finally reveal how it manipulates time and consciousness, showing us the horrifying truth of what really happens to those missing kids.
No way! I love these!
After a minute goes by, the missed connection. Then comes the trailer's only spoken line, General Shaw's haunting words, after a minute goes by. It's cryptic, but fans of King's novella The Mist will catch the connection instantly. In The Mist, a strange fog envelops a town, unleashing unspeakable creatures. Here, the fog drifts over Derry, dense, suffocating, otherworldly. It's as if the town itself is being swallowed whole. This could symbolize Pennywise's influence spreading like a contagion, no longer confined to the sewers, but spilling into the streets, infecting everyone with fear and despair. The idea of fog as both literal and metaphorical suffocation fits perfectly with Derry's history, a town built on silence and denial. You can't escape what you refuse to see. The creepy children's song. Overlaying all this chaos is one of the trailer's most haunting details, that eerie children's song. Sweet, sing-songy, and utterly chilling. All the tunnels are underground, where none of the children will ever be found. They went away to join the show, and got lost in the world below. They joined the circus and left their town. They're down with the clown. It's classic Stephen King, the way he takes something innocent and turns it into a nightmare. This rhyme works as both backstory and propaganda. It's the myth kids tell each other to explain disappearances, and the phrase, "down with the clown," feels like a hypnotic chant, a cultish mantra connecting generations of victims. It's also the perfect narrative device for Welcome to Derry, a show that's about how horror seeps through time, passed down through memory, song, and superstition. Bob Gray's makeup trailer. Then we get a quick but loaded shot of an old-fashioned circus trailer labeled Bob Gray Makeup. Hardcore fans will recognize that name. Bob Gray is one of Pennywise's human aliases. It's the name he used when he first came to Derry in the 1800s, posing as a performer before revealing his true monstrous form. Seeing that name here ties everything together. Pennywise doesn't just emerge out of nowhere, he builds personas, creates legends, and uses humanity as camouflage. The makeup trailer is both literal and symbolic. He doesn't just apply makeup to look human, he wears humanity like a mask. The
the girl with glasses. Throughout the trailer, one kid stands out, the girl with glasses. She appears multiple times, examining a headless body with Lily, wandering through fog, and eventually being stalked by Pennywise. Her recurring presence combined with the consistency of her outfit makes it pretty clear she's marked for death. She represents that heartbreaking inevitability that runs through IT. No matter how brave these kids are, some of them won't make it. Derry doesn't let go easily. Her death might even serve as the emotional turning point that pushes the survivors to fight back. The lore keepers and indigenous knowledge. We also see Lily doing research in a dimly lit room, flipping through old photographs of Bob Gray. She's joined by what looks like a Native American character, possibly Hosheda's role, who provides her with ancient lore about Pennywise. This is a fantastic expansion of King's mythology. The show seems to be acknowledging that the evil beneath Derry predates colonial settlement, that the land itself was already haunted. Indigenous characters having insight into its true nature makes total sense, grounding the cosmic horror in a deeper historical context. It mirrors Mike Hanlon's later research in IT Chapter 2, but here, it's the origin story of that knowledge.
Down with the clown.
The cemetery vision and the black spot fire. There's a blink and you'll miss it shot of Rich standing alone in a cemetery looking terrified. In King's world, cemeteries often serve as thin places, portals between life and death. Maybe he's seeing visions of Derry's past victims or the original settlers who first encountered it. Then we cut to one of the most powerful moments in the trailer, the burning of the black spot. Fans of the novel will know this is a crucial event. A nightclub built by black soldiers in Derry, destroyed by the racist Maine Legion of White Decency. Here we see flames consuming the building, while Pennywise stands among the chaos, smiling. It's a gut punch of a scene. Real-world hatred and supernatural evil feeding off each other. Pennywise doesn't need to create fear when humans do it for him. It's a reminder that the true horror of Derry isn't just the clown, it's the town's complicity. The hospital hanging, and Pennywise's many forms. Another chilling image flashes by, a woman hanging in a hospital room, her family discovering her body. This pushes the horror beyond children. It shows how Pennywise's psychological manipulation infects adults too. The hospital, a place of healing, becomes a site of despair. Then we get a rapid montage of new Pennywise forms, a bald corpse-like man lunging at the girl with glasses, a naked old woman chasing a terrified boy, and Pennywise himself slithering through pipes, his head cracked, eyes glowing yellow. Each transformation represents a different kind of fear, corruption, decay, vulnerability. This sequence hammers home that Welcome to Derry won't just reuse the clown we already know. It's expanding his mythology, showing that it can be anything, any manifestation of terror your mind can conjure. The Legion and the sewers. The main Legion returns in several violent shots. Torches, guns, chaos. Their brutality parallels Pennywise's feeding frenzy, showing how hatred and evil coexist. It's the human echo of a cosmic pattern. Meanwhile, we see the kids making their way through the sewers in two separate outfits, suggesting multiple encounters. By the time they descend for the final time, only 3 are left: Lily, Ronnie, and Will. Fans will recognize Will Hanlon as Mike's father, which ties this prequel directly into the future story.
And lost their way in the world below.
The Turtle Charm and Cosmic Battle. One small but crucial detail, Lily wears a turtle charm. If you know your King lore, you know what that means. Maturin the Turtle, the ancient cosmic being who opposes Pennywise, represents balance, creation, and protection. The charm could act as a spiritual safeguard, a tiny piece of cosmic power helping her resist Pennywise's influence. It's the perfect bridge between the mythic and the personal, between King's massive multiverse and these terrified kids trying to survive. The final montage. Black and white Pennywise. As the trailer reaches its climax, everything goes black and white. Pennywise stares directly at the camera. His face cracked, paint smeared, teeth bared. The color drain feels symbolic, stripping away illusion to reveal the raw evil beneath. We see a headless body discovered by the kids, their expressions shifting from horror to grim acceptance. And then,
Halloran, walking through the lair of floating victims, a literal graveyard of souls. The scale of it confirms what we've always suspected. Derry isn't cursed because of Pennywise. Pennywise exists because of Derry.
Fear. It settles on every...
Our nerdy thoughts. By the time the trailer fades out, one thing is crystal clear. Welcome to Derry isn't just a prequel. It's a full-blown expansion of King's mythology, tying together It, The Shining, and The Dark Tower in ways we've never seen on screen. It's about the cycles of fear, the sins of the past, and how evil adapts through generations. Every frame of this trailer feels like a promise that this show will be darker, smarter, and more haunting than anything in the It films. So what do you think? Which moment freaked you out the most? The Uncle Sam transformation, the floating corpses, or that twisted nursery rhyme? Drop your theories in the comments. Hit that like button if you love a good scare, and subscribe so you don't miss my full breakdown once the series drops. Because in Derry, everyone floats eventually.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.